Hi guys, already here. So for this video, I'm going through who should you summon for the upcoming patch. So the recent patch one, nothing too interesting. You can basically skip it already, right? Because we don't have the Wishstone rate up Esper because it is Tetsuya, the keepsake Esper. Then for the upcoming patch here, for the first week, we're gonna have Ryota, we're gonna have Badrun, and then we're gonna have Jin Qiu, and then we're gonna analyze the other weeks of the rate up as well to help you manage your Wishstone. So the first one is going to be Ryota. So previously I already posted the Ryota analyze or the first look into Ryota. Technically the kit itself looks good, but at R0 doesn't seem that good. Okay, she doesn't seem to be very good in PvE, at least for now. Okay, at least for now, everything here I'm going to analyze is based on early impression. Early impression, Ryota at R0 isn't that impressive. So which part I will say he will start looking impressive based on what I'm looking at in test server. I will say somewhere around R4 for the S3 ability to 100%. This seems very broken, and also the R6 here for the stealth mode extra turn might actually be good for PvE with Tetsuya, but not sure. I need to test this part. So before testing this part, I won't recommend you guys to actually go for Ryota's reso, cause for now it seems good on paper in terms of reso wise. Like the R2 here definitely gonna have quality of life if you like Ryota, but doesn't make Ryota into a very strong Esper. Then R4 and R6 here might actually have a good usage for PvE to make Tetsuya S3 does even more damage, because previously I did make a video about Tetsuya have potential for PvE content, right? So if you are actually able to make Tetsuya to get this Nox Fox, then Tetsuya damage might actually out damage in certain conditions like Desolate Land for example, and then probably Falsetto Fantasy as well with the 100% S3 damage increase, not to mention with the increase of crit rate and also the bonus turn for the Stealth Esper might actually be good, and the Divinate here that can increase the Stealth Esper, get additional AP push, might actually make Tetsuya keep taking turns and do damage, because Tetsuya himself, in terms of PvE situation, Tetsuya also have a AP push, which whenever the boss get hit, then Tetsuya is able to get 10% AP push from the passive, which this part here. Okay, he gains 10% AP when the boss is getting attacked. So if the boss keeps getting attacked, Tetsuya will get getting 10% AP push. And if you with Ryota here is additional 30% at the start. So Tetsuya have 30% AP push at the start. Then every time the boss get hit, you will have a 10% AP push for Tetsuya, able to keep rotating for Tetsuya. And one of the Discord member actually mentioned something interesting. For example, like Johong here. What if Johong actually applied the Slack Body here, increase the carrier AP by 25% at the end of their active turn, and then with a combination of Yuhei, for example, when Yuhei R6 here, we always keep swapping turns with the Tetsuya, might actually make Tetsuya keep taking turns. On paper, theoretically, it might actually work. So for now, I will recommend that just save your Wishstone. If you're interested in Ryota, then you can just go for it. But if you are not sure if you want to get Ryota at the moment, then you might actually want to hold on your Wishstone. You don't want to spend them first, because on paper the R4 and R6 looks good, but I'm not sure if actually worth it or not. So you might want to hold it for now for Ryota. Then the next one is going to be Badrun. So Badrun here, skip. Alright, instant skip, because they have no buff or no synergize for Badrun at the moment, even though he have a very good and very solid revive kit in his kit, like the optic elixir thing. It's actually very good for the revive, so it's only used in knockout with the revive buff at the moment. So other than knockout and triple threats, there's actually not many usage for Badrun. In terms of PvE, zero usage. In terms of PvP, very niche usage. So at the moment, Badrun is not going to be that good, so I recommend you to skip, unless when Beta Oli came out, it's going to change something, or else it won't have a good value. Then the next one for the first week is going to have Jin Qiu. So Jin Qiu here depends. If you really like Jin Qiu and you want to pair him with the swimsuit, then you want to get one copy of Jin Qiu. If you want him to go for PvP, then you want to go for R2 at minimum for the Intimidate buff able to share. Then if you want Jin Qiu to able to solo in PvE content and also in PvP content as well, then you need the R6, or else you can skip Jin Qiu. Then the next one is going to be Elaine. So Elaine here is also a very special situation because Elaine is already good for Fafnir, it's already good for Probator, but it's never good for PvP. But with Ryota in, because Ryota is the god of the stealth, right, can apply so many different kind of stealth benefit, Elaine might actually be one of the Esper that can get the most benefit other than Tetsuya in terms of the stealth and also the benefit of the S3, because Elaine main damage is actually from the S3 that can cast 5 hit, it's a 5 multi-hit, and then apply sleep, buff blocker, and also do damage. So it will get benefit by the Ryota stealth buff and also the S3 damage multiplier as well. So Elaine wise, I will still hold for now, but probably you don't really want to spend Wishstone on her. If you're a player that have been playing for a very long time, then Elaine Rezo doesn't seem to be a problem to you, but it is actually worth noticing because Ryota might actually make the stealth Esper be very good at high Rezo if after the testing at global server. So Elaine, I would say hold for now, but probably will be actually good because the stats here, the R2 here increase the damage, always in Night Goddess mode, so you're always in the stealth mode. Then R2 here, the damage ignore multiplier increase. But for now, just hold it for Elaine. Doesn't seem to be a necessary summon for Elaine, but seems something good for the Ryota part. Then Leora here, just an instant skip now, cause if you have Slon, then you don't really need Leora anymore, cause Slon is basically the better version of Leora in terms of Chronos, in terms of like wave clearing, all these things. Slon does a better job. So overall, you can skip the Wishstone on Leora. It's not really that worth it anymore. Then the next one is going to be Hayley. So Hayley here, if you don't have Hayley, then get one copy of Hayley. If you already have Hayley, then skip the Wishstone spending on Hayley, because Hayley Rezo can easily get through the loyalty boxes. The loyalty boxes actually Hayley came in pretty often as well. You can actually go for Hayley. So, but if you really want to spend on Hayley, then the Rezo wise, I will say will be somewhere around R2 here is good. R6 here is something min-maxing for PvE. Overall, in terms of Wishstone value, not really that high, because not really. Hayley doesn't need the Rezo to be actually good. Hayley's R0 to be already meta strong. So overall, I will recommend not spending Wishstone on Hayley. But if you really want, like let's say you're R5, you're one step away to R6, then it's actually worth to get it, because when you get hit, apply the Molten Hot is actually pretty good. Then the last one is going to be Matio. Then Matio here is a very strong PvE Esper. Can be used in Fafnir, can be used in Desert Land as an alternative if you don't have the other. Win DPS, Matio is actually a decent good DPS. And then very meta in all 3 Falsetto Fantasy bosses. And what else? Fafnir, yeah, basically all this endgame PvE content, right? Which is Fafnir and then the 3 Falsetto Fantasy bosses. And then Desolate Land as an alternative. That's basically where Matio is. But just based judging on the Falsetto Fantasy itself, already make Matio one of the best PvE DPS in the game. Not the best, but one of the best. So in terms of Rezo wise, R2 is kind of mandatory. So you have spark, the enemy got spark, then your crit is always 100%. So you don't have to worry about like you need to build crit. You don't have to build crit anymore as long as you have the R2. Then R4 here not necessary to go for. So if you are R3, then you don't have to consider about R4. But and also if you're at R5, you don't have to go for the R6, because this one here is the standoff thing, right? It's not really strong in PvP and it's useless in PvE. So overall, for Matio, you just want to target for R2 or probably R3 just to get the additional stats. R4 here is useless, not really needed. And R4 is just, R5 here is basically additional stats, also not gonna bring you a lot of value. So overall, Matio just in for R2. If you already have R2 Matio, then you can ignore Matio's Wishstone. Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is Sky Elk, Trekcan, thank you so much for your support. And for the supporter or patron of Artiar, which is Louis Nader, Agni, Wang Tamer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwaltz, Rimu, Choni, Antonio Winterspoon, Rocco Stenzions, thank you so much for your support. And also special thanks to the Super Tanks MVP, HMZ Rings, thank you so much for your support. Special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chat for the latest tag. Thank you so much for Code Wilderness, Calamity, Agni, Love Fatima, Fatima Little Underwear, Bloods, Riku Fred, Choni. Thank you so much for your support.